Horrible day today, but spring in general, I think, is in the air. And every year, around this time, here on the Saturday Night Show, we like to showcase some of Ireland's young and exciting food producers. So first up is Jack Kerwin. Jack, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
And your company is called Sprout & Co.
Sprout & Co, yeah.
And it is juices, obviously.
Yeah, we're a cold-pressed vegetable juice business. We make juices with what we hope to be the highest quality local produce as possible.
Okay.
Trying to make them as nutritionally dense as they can be.
Okay, and the cold press is those kind of juices are better because they...
Yeah, it's a different style of juicing, basically. It's a gentle way of extracting juice from fruits and vegetables, and it basically retains nutrients, whereas sort of home juicing, where you use a blade, oxidizes the fruits and vegetables, so all the nutrients generally go within 20 minutes to an hour. So our juices hold the nutrients for up to 3 to 4 days.
And as people are getting, Jack, you're quite passionate about juicing because
yeah, I certainly am,
in a way, juicing helped you out a lot when you were a kid, didn't
it? In a way, I always dreamed of being a chef, and unfortunately I had to cut it short because my skin couldn't handle the heat of the kitchen. So I got out of the kitchen, skin didn't get better, but I decided to look at my diet and just realised that juicing was a great way just to get great nutrients into your body immediately. So after 2 or 3 months of juicing consistently, it honestly started to disappear. And
may I say, you have beautiful skin now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, so is this some juice for me?
So this is our best-selling juice. It's called the Super Green Juice. So it's
Do I need to maybe?
That's just that's a natural separation. But this.
Okay, so what's in this?
This is kale, spinach, parsley, celery, cucumber, apple, ginger, and lemon.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's the full Gwyneth.
Yeah. So it's super good for you anyway. It's our best seller.
It's delicious. Yeah.
Like it?
Nice ginger cake in it. Yeah, it's great.
You pretending that?
No, I took a second drop just to make sure that I was, just to show that I was sincere in that. And listen, so at the moment, Jack, you have one outlet in Avoca, isn't that right? In Kilmacanogue, is it?
No, Avoca Rathcoole. So
Rathcoole,
I started out on my own in a juice bar out in Avoca and Rathcoole, just making juices fresh for people. And then since that's been 1.5 years now, we're stocked in 25 places throughout Dublin, Belfast and Wicklow.
Okay, and they're all very fresh, obviously.
Yeah, we work 7 days a week to try and make our products as fresh as they possibly can be.
Okay, and the plan now is to set up in town and kind of broaden things out a little bit.
We'd like to, yeah, that's sort of our aim now, is we want to start doing food as well, salads. You know, we want to sort of develop a business whereby we're sort of supplying ourselves. We'd like to start growing our own kale and spinach because we go through so much of it already.
Yeah.
But we'd also like to, you know, start making salads, healthy treats. You know, I think Dublin's getting very healthy, and we'd like to sort of be.
I think you're right.
Alongside that.
Yeah. And listen, I believe that you have a lot of celebrity fans as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
the ladies love your juices.
Not me, the juices. Yeah, no, Christy Turlington and Elle Macpherson recently put up some
there's Elle
photos,
Macpherson's tweet.
So they've taken some, which is lovely to hear.
Fantastic, that's brilliant. Listen, you also do, I just want to ask you quickly about juice fasts. Are they called juice fasts?
Juice cleanses, yeah. Juice
cleanses,
yeah.
Right. So how many days?
We do 1 day, 3 day, 5 day and 6 day.
And that's just juice?
Just juice. Well, juices, smoothies as well. We have a coconut milk smoothie which sort of fills you in the morning, and then we have an avocado-based smoothie in the evening, which also sort of fills you. But you know, the whole idea basically is you're giving your digestive system a break for 3 days, just putting pure, really, really good produce into your body. So you know, really nutritional juices. So very popular at the moment.
Good stuff. All right, thank you, Jack. Catherine, how are you? This is Catherine Buggy from, as you can see, Boutique Bake. And so basically, Catherine, these are mixes.
Yeah, so it's a range of baking mixes we do. So I suppose in the box you get your dry ingredients. So they're all natural. There's no additives or preservatives or anything like that in them. And they're really, really easy to put together. Say our brownie mix, for instance, all you need to do is just stir in melted butter and eggs, pop it in the oven, and then you have 12 lovely brownies.
Okay, so it's really kind of idiot-proof baking,
There's
really,
full instructions on it, so yeah, absolutely anyone can do it. But I
Excellent.
suppose our kind of point of difference is that, you know, there's no artificial flavourings or preservatives or additives or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's just good quality ingredients.
No, like a lot of these kind of food products, you came through that path of starting at the kitchen table initially.
Absolutely, yeah. So I suppose we started selling our mixes first in June 2013, so in the farmers markets. So we did that for about 3 months, and we're just getting a really, really good reaction from that. You know, we'd repeat customers every week. So we started approaching stores then, and you know, they put us on their shelves, which is great. And then I suppose a big, I suppose, pinnacle for us was we did a show in the RDS and we sold 2,000 mixes over 5 days. So I suppose that's when we knew, you know, we were onto something really special.
And it's at that point you gave up your job?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You were working in HR?
Yes, I was working in HR for 2.5 years, and I did love my job, but I think food was my real passion. So I suppose when the opportunity came up to kind of go full time, I kind of jumped at it.
Yeah.
And we're in over 100 stores now. So
brilliant. And
kind
no
of so
regrets?
far. No regrets. No. I think we've you know achieved a lot so far, but definitely more to do. And, you know.
Okay, Catherine Buggy from Boutique Bake, ladies and gentlemen. And this is David Llewellyn from Llewellyn's, who a lot of you will know him from farmers markets and stuff like that. So, David, you didn't come from farming stock, but you had kind of green fingers, yes?
Yeah. I suppose from when I was a few years old, I was growing my first plants. You know, I don't come from a farm. There's actually no land at all in either side of my family, which is unusual in Ireland. But still, I decided.
So you rented the land?
Yeah, when I after studying horticulture, I rented an orchard, and that led on to not just growing the apples, but starting to produce various like premium products from the fruit.
Okay,
you know?
is this
That's the balsamic vinegar now, which we've been doing for almost 10 years now. And that's made entirely from apples, okay? There's nothing else added, no sugar, colours. It's made entirely from apples, in the way that the Italians would make balsamic from grapes, okay?
Yeah. And you do is it the much it's called?
The must.
The much, yeah.
That's what it's made from. That's just a word for the juice, and you concentrate the juice, and it's fermented.
You do it exactly the same way and everything,
basically,
barn to barn and all that kind of thing. Now, you then bought a bit of land.
Yeah. That's right.
And then you're like a pioneer. You lived in a cabin on the land.
Well, you see, we didn't own any property, so we were living in a rented house. And when we bought the 3 acres of land in North Dublin, we couldn't afford to rent a house anymore. So we moved into the field in the cabin for 1 year, we thought, or 2 years maybe.
Yeah. And how long have you been
Well,
there?
it turned into 5 years in the cabin.
Right.
And
were your children involved in this?
Yeah, we had 2 kids when we moved in, and we moved out with 4 kids.
No TV in the cabin, I'm taking it. Right?
Well, we had no electricity for about 6 months. We eventually got.
Surprised you didn't have twins. Then. Now, the other interesting thing is you started growing grapes in Lusk.
Yeah.
And you're making wine.
Yeah. Well, grapes was a hobby for me, I suppose, since coming back from Germany over 20 years ago. And when I got the land, I planted the first actual little vineyard with a view to selling the wine. So this is it here.
Luska.
This is the 2013 vintage, which is what I'm selling at the moment.
Right.
Would you like a taste?
I'd love a taste. Was it a good year?
It was a very good year, and I suppose
it's a Cabernet.
It's Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot.
Okay. So are there two hardy enough grapes? Obviously,
they're
that
not.
were growing.
They're not. No
really?
grapes are really hardy in Ireland, but these need a little bit of help in the summertime, covering them over to protect them from the wind and the rain, to get them to ripen properly.
Okay, but they are outside.
They are outside. Yeah.
Right.
No, this is 2013, and for me, and from feedback from others, it's my best attempt so far. Okay. If you like a wine from the Loire or even Burgundy, it's in that kind of a vein. It's medium to light-bodied, fruity.
I almost imagine I can feel the kind of gravelly, flinty soil of North Dublin in as well. I can get it there. That's delicious.
Now,
how many bottles are you doing?
I tell you, I started, I mean, the first crop was maybe 100, 200 bottles. I'm up at 600 bottles odd a year now, and with the new vines I've planted, maybe 2,000 in a couple of years.
How much?
You know? Maybe, how much a bottle?
Yeah.
About €44 for the full bottle, 24 for the half. It's extremely labour intensive. It's a tiny scale, and it just takes so much to make it.
Yeah, but it's something a little bit special.
But people are
for
buying
people,
it.
I think.
People are they're coming back for it as well.
Yeah, I bet they are. It's actually really nice. Yeah. There's a good old bang off it. Is there?
It's 12.5%, 13%. You know,
okay.
It's a really simple natural wine. I don't filter it. I don't add findings to it. It matures in its own time, and and I don't spray the vines with any pesticides.
Okay.
So it's virtually organic.
Hangover free probably as well, is it?
If you can afford to drink enough of it in one go.
Exactly. Okay. Listen, David Llewellyn. Well, I'll take this with me. Right. Now, this is James Nolan from Nolan's Butchers. James, how are you doing? Good to meet you. So you recently won a big award, I think, Nolan's Butchers, is that right?
That's correct. In March of 2012, we won the award for the best butcher shop in the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland. And as a result of that, we We were invited to London this year to compete in a Champion of Champions competition. So all the preceding champions from the previous 10 years were invited back for a head-to-head. And we were invited over to the House of Lords in London. There was over 35,000 businesses that went through the awards process. We were the only Irish business to make it into the final. And my dear wife Emma and myself were invited over to the House of Lords where they announced the winners, and we won the award for the Champion of Champion Butcher Shops in the United Kingdom
Wow.
and the Republic of Ireland.
Wow. So in a nutshell, Sheldon, you're fourth generation butcher, is that right?
That's correct.
What makes for a great butcher shop?
Our business was started back in 1886 by my great-grandfather. So, as you said, I'm the fourth generation of the Nolan family to run the business. So what we have our own farm, abattoir, boning hall, processing, curing,
Okay.
chilling. We have a 28,000 square foot facility down in Kilcullen in County Kildare. We have an award-winning shop, and we have complete control from start to finish on everything that we do.
And of course, that has become much, much more important to people now, hasn't it, in terms of
Look,
buying
there's
meat?
absolutely no doubt since the horse meat crisis, it was really, really good for small
Oh, I'd say
butchers.
it was, yeah.
Yeah, because it made people ask themselves, where is my meat coming from? The whole provenance of food really was looked into in a big way, and that certainly helped the small butchers.
Yeah. Are these sausages hot? Yeah, I'm warm enough.
Have them
I'll
cooked,
just-
ready to
I'll
go
try
for
a
you.
little bit.
That's our single biggest seller, our traditional pork sausage. In France, 2 years ago, won the best traditional pork sausage in Ireland at the Fingustier Awards.
Yeah, that's a little bit special, isn't it? A little
It's a
bit
nice
different,
kick off it.
definitely,
Yeah.
Tell me, you found yourself in the ironic position, didn't you, for a butcher of needing to get a kidney off someone else?
I was sick for a long time. I was on dialysis, and unbeknownst to me, my whole family went in to see were they suitable as a match. So on the 25th of July 1987, my sister Catherine gave the greatest gift that anyone can give to another human being. She gave me one of her kidneys. She gave me the gift of life. So today we had the 26th running of the Punchestown Charity Race down in the Punchestown National Hunt Festival. I've run it for the last 26 years. We've raised 1.3 million euros to date. And while 25 riders are experiencing the thrill of being a jockey for a day at the National Hunt Festival, we're raising serious funds, but we're also highlighting the subject of organ donor awareness, which is really, really badly needed in Ireland. And Brendan, at the end of the day, all we're doing is asking people to think about carrying an organ donor card, because I wouldn't be here only for what my sister did for me. It's so simple. Pick up an organ donor card.
Okay.
You can give the greatest gift of all, the gift of life.
Okay, fantastic. They said, Catherine, that you looked a bit insulted because I hadn't tried your
I was
brownies, 'cause
actually
I
thinking
tasted- Were you nearly crying, yeah?
Will you try something?
I will.
They are nice.
What would you recommend?
Would you like
You know
a
what? I'm
flapjack?
actually going to try the brown bread because my mother makes excellent brown
Yeah.
bread, and you get into the habit then of everywhere you go, you try the brown bread to
Okay,
kind of
and
report back
see.
to my mother, so she'll be asking me afterwards what it's like, and I can do a try.
See what you think.
Okay, I'm a bit of an expert here. That is actually fantastic.
Okay,
You wouldn't know
good.
that was from a mix at all. That could have been ready. Okay? Right, ladies and gentlemen, Jack, Catherine, David, and James.